It's already past 34 minutes past 6. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna try and crunch these last few hours. Maybe leave the office at 7:30, and I'm gonna try and put in as much work as possible. Just want to listen to some podcasts at the same time. Also, I might be talking in between, but to be honest, I just want to get into crunch mode and actually say nothing at all. Let's see what's going on here on the interviews. I hope it doesn't get flagged though, because usually this thing gets flagged. What do I normally do on an evening like this? During winter times, the sky would be already dark outside, and I remember a few months ago in the winter season, moments like this would be the time where I actually get enough work done because everybody had already left the office, and it gives me the space to freely think, respond to as many emails as I can, maybe make some few calls as well. But to be quite honest, for the most part, this is the time where I actually get like really I become very quiet and I start thinking to myself about my future, the career that I'm in currently, and the things that I want to do, my own personal time, the family that I want to grow and start. I sort of like just think about the philosophy of life because every young man must have a philosophy of his own that he has designed and he has created. Because as a young person and as a human being in general, if you don't have a philosophy of life or a philosophy of your own life, if you do not dictate your own life the way you would like to see it, somebody else is gonna dictate it for you. And a lot of the times what I've noticed and I've come to realize is, especially living on such a continent where there is a plethora of opportunities but also not so much opportunities at hand, you need to have your own philosophy. You need to create your own philosophy. Your own philosophy can be, I actually wrote notes on this. I actually want to just touch base on that before I can even get deep into it. Your own philosophy on life could be really anything that you believe in, any goal that you have set for yourself, any sort of like targets that you would like to reach. And if we really want to define what the philosophy of life is, we have to kind of look at just the general definition of what the philosophy of life is to you and to the general public. I'm just gonna quickly find that. Let's define what the philosophy of life is. What is the what is the philosophy of life? Okay, let's go to Gemini. A philosophy of life is a personal set of beliefs, values, and principles that shapes your perspective on the world and how you choose to live. It provides a framework for understanding existence, defining purpose, and making decisions. It addresses fundamental questions about who you are, what is good or bad, and how to act. This philosophy is not static and develops from your experiences and how you respond to the challenges and big questions of life. What it really encompasses: core beliefs. Your personal philosophy is built on your ideas about the world, like whether there is a God, what it means to be successful, or the purpose of your existence. Guiding principles. It includes how you decide what is right and wrong and how you believe people should treat each other. Actionable framework. It's practical systems. It's a practical system for making decisions as opposed to purely abstract thinking. Developing your philosophy. It's, it's shaped by your personal journey and your response to life's events and fundamental questions to present, such as what is the point or how should I live. I think when I personally like in the evening times when I'm on my own at the office like this is the kind of things that I think about all the time. because at the end of the day, at the age that I am right now, I am challenged by life in what life itself. To be quite to be quite clear, life is challenging first of all as a young person, and not only challenging in the sense of just living, but when you put in the economy, for example, socio-economic issues, when you put in politics, the environment, and everything else that's ever changing, it's a bit hard to be a young man in this day and age. But a lot of the times, some people also say it's also the best time to be a young man because the opportunities are right there in front of you, but also not so close to you. So now you have to put in a little bit of extra effort to get to those opportunities. I'm in this position, I'm in this career which I'm pretty much very grateful of the opportunity. Could never stop being grateful, and I pray to God every day for that. But I do know of young men my age who do not have this privilege to be managing a team of people, managing a group of people, because every individual comes with their own way of thinking, their own mindsets, and how they see and believe things. You may want to lead people, but to be quite honest, some people are just opt to believe and follow you as a leader just because they are supposed to, and it's required of them to follow. But what happens when there is no leaders available and somebody has to put their hands up to lead the sheepfold or to lead the team? And what happens if within that leadership no one is expected to get some kind of remuneration? How do you then lead? Which is like some of the challenging questions that I've had to ask myself as a, should I call it manager, which I don't really like. I prefer to be called rather the team lead. And sometimes I even try and tell my subordinates, that word is still a tongue twister, but my subordinates would tell the clients, for example, my manager this, my manager that, my manager this, let me speak to my manager. I rather tell them, hey, just tell them I'll speak to my team leader and see what he says. Because the word manager, and as a young manager myself, I used to cringe at it in the beginning because I used to think managers were like, oh shit, excuse my French, but that's like how life is, to be quite honest. Everybody in a higher position is always seen like the shit, like somebody you can never speak with, somebody you can never communicate with, somebody who's always there to just pull out the whip and whip people. And I've gotten to the point where I was like, I don't like people calling me manager. I don't even like the title, to be honest. I just want to lead the team. I love solving problems. I'm there to give the questions when the questions are being asked. I'm here to give the answers. I'm there to just lead the team as things are going. So, back to the philosophy of life. As I was saying, I do believe every young man should have those sort of questions about the philosophy of life. And if anyone is keen enough to want to go read about the philosophies of life, it's quite simple. I mean, a quick Google search, it will give you the answers and questions that you might be looking for. Again, the philosophy of life is not a set of belief systems that you have to abide to, but rather it's a it describes what you would consider your philosophy. I hope I'm making sense when I put it that way, but it can be a bit confusing. So let me use my example. My philosophy in this life is to work hard, to get married, perhaps maybe start family of my own. I say perhaps very lightly or very carefully because I've really not gotten to the point where I was when I was growing up. When I was 25, I wanted to have kids. I wanted to have kids, but after growing up and maybe getting into like a few relationships here and there and realizing maybe I don't really feel ready to bring kids into this world. Should I get married? I might give it second thought. So I say that lightly. So my philosophy of life is to work hard, get married, really just, to be honest, really be with somebody that will make life does not have to be easy. I cannot ask for life to be easy because life is hard. The way life is really, the way life is constructed, it's hard. Everybody knows this. But at least having a partner and someone that can help you alleviate some of the pains in the world. Somebody that can witness, the work that you're doing and how you're trying and thriving to be better every day. That's a really good partner. Um, like somebody that you really just want to share this moments with, moments in this world. And to be quite honest, it could go even further than that. It could go further down. Like, for example, I could say I want to earn houses in different areas of the world, or I want to travel the world. Everybody's got a different desire when it comes to their philosophy of their own life. I would like to grow into my faith and become more stronger. I would love that at a certain stage. And not only have a career of my, like, not just build someone else's dream like what I'm doing right now, which is literally building someone else's dream, but I would also like to build a dream of my own. And which is very encouraging, because even in this position we are encouraged to bring ideas forth and to shake things up. It's not a stagnant job. It's not a stagnant job where a stagnant job where you can't bring ideas forward, you know. So yeah, I mean, I said quite a lot for 10 minutes, but I would like to get crunching now. If I do have a thought, I might probably just share it again. But to be quite honest, this is great. This is where I get to think and shape my thoughts. Just put on some Sneeko. Let's see what's going on there. We just hit this with me. Um, yeah. Alright, let's get crunching. So that's not how it works though. Um, Another thing about emails and responding to emails is something that I just never thought, I never thought about. And like the more and more I'm working in this corporate world, the more I'm coming to realize that damn, emails don't need to be responded to. They don't need that quick attention. They don't need the attention. Like, usually there's this toxic mentality in corporate where you need to respond to emails quickly. You need to get back to the. You need to give feedback. And I realized, look, there are certain emails where you gotta give the feedback that's required, because there are people holding up and waiting for you. But I also kind of think of it like if you were in war and there was a commander who's giving orders. If we had to take it back to the time when communication wasn't as advanced as it is right now, do you think people would be relying on emails, or would they find an alternative solution or way to share communication or to communicate amongst each other? And I kind of see it the same way as well. Like right now, everybody, the smallest of email, it creates havoc. It creates problems within companies where people are expected to respond to emails every single moment, and then you end up finding that 50 to 60% of your day is just responding to emails. Sometimes most of them are useless. And if you could swap or switch that around, where you can take that 40% or maybe even 30% of your day, which is just dedicated to responding emails, the rest 70% is literally working. You gotta work. And that's what I also told my CEO as well. I'm like, the meeting sometimes can be too much. I get it that people have to meet, people have to communicate, people have to share ideas, people have to put their thoughts down. But every single day, whenever you see that new teams meeting coming through, the amount of time that's wasted just discussing things that could have been put also on email in brief, man. Yeah, man, I'm seeing flames here in corporate. I'm seeing flames in corporate. My previous job, I really didn't have to rely on meetings and emails that much. We pretty much got orders from the top and it came down. Even though I was in some kind of, should I say, managerial position, I still didn't have to attend. I didn't have to attend that many meetings. Although I did have a senior manager above me, which I do think maybe he was the one attending all of those meetings, but I still had access to the CEO of the company. I still had access to some of the directors as well in the company. So it's sort of like different. I think it also depends on the nature of the business because the previous role that I had was in construction. Even though my role was not constructing or engineering or anything like that, I still was in that position where I needed to report and also had subordinates under me reporting to me. Now I'm in a role where I have a whole group of people relying on me, and I'm expected also to then give feedback on email, which is like, I can see why sometimes corporate can be complicated for a lot of people, especially people that are technical, people that want to get work done and don't want to really spend the bourgeois times of having to respond to emails, to be honest. Emails all the time. Like it can be a waste of time. But yeah, man. Anyways, let's get to it. Let's get to the work. Let's get to the work. Yeah. So I do not know why, but I keep seeing this video popping up here. Interesting. YouTube drama is crazy. Still have a few more minutes left. I actually have 30 minutes. Guys, please don't judge my cash show. It's not real, it's fake, but I'm just showing you guys the time. It's now 1 minute past 7, and as you can see, it's still light outside. Now, I'm not trying to go against the grain with the hey, how's it? I am at the office and I'm trying to work against my time actually because I catching up on some work, just in case you're wondering. So I am doing that right now all by myself, and maybe I get brownie points, as some people would call it, from my boss for putting in a little bit of extra time, working hard, as you may know, doing what I have to do. Thanks, bro. I appreciate it, man. Thanks a lot. Just trying to survive. To be quite honest, honestly, it's just because I don't have anything interesting to do at home. I watched this one video by, I think the guy's name is Greg Galloway or something like that, on a podcast again, guys. Podcast. Okay. So what he said, as a young man, your house or your room should not be a place where you're supposed to dwell in. He said something like your room or your house is supposed to be a place where you just go and sleep. The rest of the day you should be spending your time outside. What are you doing? What are you doing at your what are you doing at home? Basically, that's what he was trying to say. So I've come to this point where I realize if I'm at home, I'm gonna be playing my Xbox or doing something stupid, and I'd rather be at work. I'd rather be at work, and when it's 7:30, if it's dark, it's a Wednesday, I can go home. But yeah, thanks with you asking some few questions. Is it potatoes? Potatoes. May I ask where you from or where you watching from? I usually don't get people on my live. I mean, it's my first time hosting live videos on my channel. I don't know where you're from. I would like to know. Galloway. Spain. Oh, that's really cool, man. That's really cool. So you speak Spanish. Um, the only reason why I would know that is because I speak quite a few languages, but I'm trying to get my Spanish Portuguese there in. I speak French. I speak English. I speak a few other African languages. So I'm in South Africa. I'm actually based in South Africa. Um, but yeah, it's interesting, man. Spain. It's really cool. Yeah. Man, what do you do? What do you do in Spain right now? Spain should be. I think Spain is the same time zone. I believe it will be the same time zone as South Africa. Are we on the same? I don't know. You guys are probably 2 hours ahead of us, or 1 hour behind, or same time zones. I don't know. Probably the same time zone. I'm too lazy to Google that also. Too lazy to Google that. All right. Studying and grinding. Yeah, bro. For real, man. Keep it up, bro. Keep it up. Listen, whatever you do, make sure it aligns with. And you probably, I don't know. I don't know what you're studying. I don't know what you're studying. Whatever you do, hey, bro. Listen, man. You're the fact that you are here. You're already a better person, bro. Trust me. Because better people are always working on themselves. And it's not even a problem or issue of pride. We just happen to know that sometimes there's fixing that needs to take place. We need to better ourselves, and by bettering ourselves, the only way you can do that, which I would call the measuring rod or the measuring stick to figure out whether you are doing good or not, is by studying, continuously learning, taking in correction, and being humble. It's just that, being humble. But that's great, man. That's really great. Yeah, yeah. Galloway. How old are you? Are you still there? George Galloway. Is it George Galloway? Yeah. Podcast. Yeah, it's Professor G. Galloway. Yeah, man. Show. Peace out, bro. Nice chatting. Nice chatting. Anyways, let's keep going. Let's keep growing. Let's keep growing and growing. All right. So we have a technician on site. Just gonna make a call quickly. Gonna make this call, brother. Hey, Steven. Listen. I don't think you should leave any screen on site. You should take the screen with you or take it back to the warehouse. Yeah, we can't leave any screen on site. They'll break it again. But I'm looking at the pictures. It looks like you've replaced the screen. But do let me know. Yeah, do let me know. Okay, it's getting cold now. Hey, it's getting cold out here, man. Can I switch off this aircon? Shoot this aircon. Um. Okay. All right. Let's write some final emails. What did Hamza do? What did Hamza do? I keep seeing Hamza is trending and Hamza is about to destroy his career.
Each and every day,
What did he do?
and it's just began to go viral. And wait till you see the shitstorm that's been going on. Let me just read a few comments on his former videographer, his best friend. They're going toe to toe, explaining everything that they did wrong to each other. And I have to admit, this guy makes Jeff Nippert look like an angel. And that's saying something. I mean, when he makes a video and throws his friend under the bus and says, you know what, I'm going to relieve some secrets. When I met him, he wanted to end himself. He didn't want to be with us. But after a couple weeks with me,
Damn.
he was so swell. And I helped him, and I allowed him to do this, and I gave him a chance.
Crazy
and I'm
world.
Adonis. He's just a Jeffrey. What makes you think that you're so special? Bro is a manipulative asshole, and trust me, I don't say these things lightly. Release the Hamza files. Kendrick versus Drake at home. Huge day for the unemployed 2.1 beta. Every comment is going harder than last time. This video, there's something nefarious about Hamza Ahmed. It's similar to a Solomon video where he took out both of the Twin Towers. Jeff Nippert. This man worked his ass off as his editor, as his videographer. The man behind the scenes who helped him to grow millions of followers. And while he was with him, he was growing about 200,000 followers per month. He was doing amazingly well, but Hamza just had to let him go. So jealous, had to be the superstar, couldn't let anyone work well with him. The jealousy, the control, the lying. Let's get right into it.
I met my friend Sam in the COVID lockdown in December 2020. I actually hired him to be my video editor for this channel.
He wears that stupid robe all the time with the hood on or the white shirt, and he acts like he's better than everyone. Oh, this is how you should live your life. This is how you should grow. This is how you put on muscle. He's a freaking fake natty, and he outed himself. It's the best freaking part. If you watch this video, you'll automatically hate.
An empty space.
Yeah.
If you watch this video, you'll automatically hate Hamza. Automatically.
This entire video he made was just in reaction to the text that I wrote. Just this title is insulting enough. Imagine your old best friend says that about you.
Hamza Ahmed is a narcissistic, disingenuous man-child. That's the title of his friend's video. He's telling you the behind the scenes a little bit and said, you know what?
Hamza, if you're watching this video, don't respond to this video. I will bury you, Hamza.
It's just like when Jeff Nippard started talking smack about Solomon. Solomon said, really? You ain't seen nothing yet. And so he brought the Nipstein files.
If you want to bury me, if you want to go and expose every bit of my private details, bro, honestly, you could destroy my life. Go ahead.
Hamza, who has over 2 million followers, he couldn't let his life. No, I don't care. I don't care what he knows about me. I have to say my part. And so he lied. Lied about so many things in this video. And so Sam made a response video over an hour long. And so unless you've watched all this, I don't have the time to go over all of it. Be a 2-hour Netflix documentary. You have to simply go and watch it.
Hamza, if you entered a call with your best friend, someone who means so much to you, to gain clarity, why did you record the call?
This call, remember from a concerned friend? He recorded it. Oh, I want to talk to you. You know, we used to be best friends. Let's get on a call. I really want to help you. Records the call. If you just really care about your friend, are you going to record that call and take snippets of it and then put it in your video to attack that person? That's Hamza.
It was an attack on my reputation, not because he gave his own opinion about cold showers that he's entitled to do, but that he knew that people would think about me when he was saying, you've been sold lies about self-improvement.
He has been sold a lie on self-improvement. This guy, whose essentially his channel is to tell you that you're a loser and that you need to stop wanking, that you need to stop watching the corn on TV, and you need to go to the gym every single day and meditate and to put the fork down and train hard because you're not a Chad. This man, how did he do it? Testosterone. He doesn't mention the fact that he's on testosterone. And not only that, you're thinking, oh wait, does he really need to talk about it? He literally made a video on testosterone a month ago. It didn't mention anything. Said, oh, my testosterone levels when I was younger, they were in the 400s. But then I meditated and I thought positively. I thought, you know what? I do have high testosterone. And it got it up into the 700s. He doesn't mention that it's actually at 1500, and then it's from taking steroids. Now, he calls it HRT, TRT, testosterone replacement therapy. I'm on 140 milligrams a week, and I've posted my blood work a number of times, and I'm in the 700s, sometimes in the 800s. And so do I look like I'm not benefiting from HRT? I mean, we've seen the biceps. I'm 50. I ride bikes every single day. I lift weights twice a week. His testosterone levels are double mine. And so when you look at Hamza, you're thinking, hey, probably natural. He's not that impressive. And so there lies the point. In secret, he uses testosterone, lies about it, says he got higher levels of testosterone from working out and not wasting his life, from being sober, from not doing recreational things like sniffing creatine and so on, but he omits the truth. It would be equivalent to if I said, you know what, guys, all of the muscle that I have on my body, it's only from Turk Builder Max and Turk Platinum. What would you then think? You would say, well, aren't you on HRT? And so imagine He's been lying about this, never talked about it until now because his friend, he said, I'll expose everything.
Sam hasn't been consistent in even exercise for the last few years. Not meditation, not cold showers, not reading, not gratitude journaling.
And so heavens forbid, he hasn't been journaling and taking cold showers, exercising and reading and meditating. And so he hasn't been listening to big old Hamza, the Adonis, everyone's favorite man, the Chad, the one that all girls want to be with and men want to emulate. And so what else are we going to say about your former best friend?
This is the worst thing I'm going to say, but his physique shows it as well.
Last I checked, he is not on testosterone. He's not on steroids, and you are, which gives you a significant advantage. And so let's see your physique without the steroids. Have you been perfect? You admitted that you don't always lock in. You haven't meditated every day of your life, trained every single day, eaten healthy all the time. What makes you so special that you can make fun of your former best friend? For what? For views? For attention? Because you needed to be one step above him?
I can forgive Sam because I genuinely still, you can see it in my fucking face, I genuinely still have so much love for him.
If this is the kind of love that somebody can have for me, then I'll choose hate. I love this guy so much. Really? Yeah, okay, sure. What a toxic relationship.
If you want to go ahead and maybe like hurt me more, you have the power to do that.
And so without even watching the entirety of that video, Hamza posts this. Please don't comment on other videos and posts because I told my team to only allow comments on this post so we can have the conversation in a place instead of fragmented comments everywhere distracting people who just want to watch normal videos. Translation, I'm going to delete all your comments unless they're right here because this is a place where hardly anyone is going to look. It's not going to be on my videos, and I don't want everyone to find out. And so just like Mike Isertel, whose team is deleting the comments that are posted on his wall right now, you can go check it out. I was talking with John Bravo. We're making videos on this stuff. Hamza's doing the same thing. He's admitting it. He's saying, hey, we're not allowing those comments. You can only do it here. And so why do you think that is? If only 5% of an audience goes to a certain place, and that's the only place you're allowed comments, well, that keeps 95% of the people in the dark because he doesn't want everyone to know about this. Hamza made the same mistake that others have and others will continue to have. They think they're above everything, that no one could possibly cancel them. And so he knows every single comment is going to be about the drama. The fact that he's a fake natty, that he's on testosterone, that he's a liar. And so what does he do? Well, he tries to hide it. The same like Mike Isertel. Notice, Mike has never addressed anything on his channel. I've always told you I'm not perfect. I'm the Jeffrey in all the videos.
Dubai is often seen as a city accelerating towards the future, but if you look closely, you'll discover a different side of the city, one full of timeless stories of where it all began.
The Jeffrey in all the videos. It's funny because he makes it look like everyone else is. I'm the Adonis, the Chad. My former friends like Sam, he's a Jeffrey. He's a loser. He can't even meditate every day or journal right. You really think meditating and journaling is going to be the secret to all your answers and prayers? That it's suddenly going to turn you into a jacked man? Look at their most popular videos, and it's always the Hamza hate videos. Maybe there's a reason for that. Did you think that? Like, why would people like Hamza hate videos if there wasn't a reason to hate them? Like, imagine if we did Will Tennyson hate videos. You think people would like that? Because he doesn't do or say things that create the hate. It's just business for them. That's why many of us don't even take these drama videos serious anymore. Many of us don't take the drama videos serious, but yet those are the most popular. The Hamza hate videos are the ones that are getting the most views. Is there maybe a correlation? I'm not on steroids. Saw people commenting that he said this, but I didn't see where in his video. He knows the truth as well, but if he said I was on steroids, he was just trying to make it more dramatic. And so he basically says he knows I'm on steroids, but if he said I'm on steroids, then he's a liar because I'm not on steroids. I'm on TRT, testosterone replacement therapy. Testosterone is a steroid. If you're on testosterone, you're on steroids. And if you're taking abusive levels of testosterone, aka your testosterone levels are through the roof, you're way above the normal physiological range, which he states is somewhere between 250 and 1,000. Hardly anyone is actually that high, but it's possible. But if your body normally is in the 400s, and then when you do everything perfectly, you're in the 700s, and suddenly with testosterone, you're 1,500, you're on abusive doses. You're on steroids, testosterone. That is not being dramatic. I'm on TRT, which is where you take your testosterone level to more like a caveman, LOL. TRT is testosterone replacement therapy. It's replacing what you should be making, and it's prescribed by a doctor or endocrinologist because your testes are not functioning properly. You're not producing sufficient testosterone in order to be healthy. It's not to put you way above the reference range and turn you into superhuman. 1,500 nanograms per deciliter instead of 700. What it used to be before. Now, I had an anthropologist write in and he said, this is bullshit. There is no proof that a caveman had testosterone levels of 1,500. And why are we trying to be like caveman? Does this not remind you of the Liver King? The Liver King and his ancestral tenets. Perhaps he was just trying to be like his ancestors by taking testosterone, growth hormone, and so on. And so right there, it feels awesome. And notice, by saying his testosterone should be at 1,500, that shows you that he doesn't know anything about testosterone. There's no way a doctor, endocrinologist, would have explained to him that he should have testosterone levels at 1,500. Because I know that I have so many guys who might start taking it after hearing me hype it up. Wow, the virtue signaling. I'm such a good guy. I kept it a secret, a lie, if you will, because I care so much about you guys. You know, I didn't want you to benefit from feeling like a superhuman like our cavemans did. I wanted it all for myself. Why would I want young people who look up to me to hop on and cheat using steroids when it feels so amazing? You know, I didn't know anything about it. I'm just telling you now. Everyone hop on steroids. You teach men, young men, how to be Chads, Adonises. You're supposed to try to help them. And so what do? You keep all the good secrets to yourself. Testosterone, oh, it helps me. It feels so good. But for you, you guys go meditate and sleep and medicate again. You get to select which things that they should do, and you choose to put exogenous testosterone into your body and keep it secret and sell programs. Yeah, I wanted to wait until I've been on it for ages to really understand what it's like. So if I do speak about it, I can come from a great place of actually knowing the pros and cons. So let me get this straight. A man supposedly educated with millions of followers who explains to people how to be healthy and get their dream physiques and so on, he doesn't even know what testosterone is, but then jumps on it. What research did you put together to ensure that your programs were efficient, effective, and that other people should buy them from you and follow you? You couldn't even research the drug that you're putting into your own body. It says a lot about you. Imagine jumping on testosterone and not knowing anything about it. And so when you say your testosterone level should be 1,500, how do you know that? Hasn't been enough ages for you to realize that that's way too much? No shame at all for me here. You're coping. There's so much copium that you're on. It's even higher levels than the testosterone. No shame here? Then why didn't you just admit it? Then why didn't you say, hey guys, I'm on testosterone. My testosterone levels are 1,500 nanograms per deciliter. And I just want to be open, honest, and transparent. And so when you see all these extra muscles that I have, it's from the steroids. Oh, which are not actually steroids, it's testosterone. And in a few ages from now, I'll explain to you what it's all about. I just don't know right now. Natural testosterone levels are so low with pollutants and microplastics, and I'm always looking to feel like I'm superhuman. Okay, and so if you believe that the microplastics have destroyed your testosterone levels, why don't you cut out the microplastics? Why isn't that part of your repertoire of advice for the younger generation? Hey, you guys, you need to meditate and sleep And stop playing video games. Don't sniff creatine. And cut out plastics. That's so important. Those microplastics, they're destroying your testosterone. And so please be careful. Don't drink out of plastic water bottles. Always use glass. And that is very, very important. You kept the secret to yourself and you lied. It's been great, actually, and I only regret not starting it earlier. Like, if it's so great and you were scared, worried that, your younger audience would follow in your footsteps, then why are you encouraging to follow your footsteps right now? I mean, if I'm reading this and I'm a fan of you, I'm using testosterone. You didn't say, wait until you're older. I didn't use anything till I was in my 30s. It was 100% natural. And then I wanted a pro card, and I abused steroids for 10 years. And then, because I had abused steroids, I couldn't get my normal testosterone levels back, and so the endocrinologist prescribed me HRT. My doctor, he wasn't quite expert enough on it, and so he sent me to an endocrinologist and expert in hormones. That's how I got my HRT. How did you get yours? Are you even on HRT, or are you just buying testosterone from bro at the gym? I would want to hear that story. Why is there no video from Hansa going to my doctor, getting prescribed HRT? If you want to get your blood work done to see if you're healthy, and this includes guys like Hamza who are on performance-enhancing drugs, I highly encourage you to go to AlgoRx. AlgoRx, get your blood work done for way cheaper prices than their competition. You don't believe me? Compare them. Go to Merrick Health, look at all their prices, and compare. That's all I ask. Perhaps you do have low levels of testosterone. Let's say it's in the 400s. You have low sex drive, low libido, and so on. Did you know there's something called enclomiphene? It's an oral pill. It's not an injectable, and you don't have to use it for the rest of your life. When you're on HRT, it's for life. You can't just use HRT and then stop. If you do, your balls, they shrink down when you're on HRT, unless you're on HCG, and it becomes a polypharmacy at this point. I'm not on HCG. I tell you what I'm on. I'm on testosterone, 140 milligrams a week. If you get on enclomiphene, typically it's going to double your testosterone levels. I do believe that that's what Alex Dubank originally started when his testosterone levels were in the 400s, and suddenly they were at 921, 923, somewhere around there. And after that, following that, and only following that, he then went on HRT. Hamza should not have been on testosterone. Why didn't he start with enclomiphene? Now, if you're interested in enclomiphene, doctors from AlgoRx will legally prescribe it to you, and it's a prescription medication. And so you need to answer a couple questions. It's not going to take all that long, a couple minutes. And doctors will prescribe pharmaceutical enclomiphene to you. It's not from some... TikTok. Download now. Some SARM's website, they don't sell bullshit. Everything they sell, 100% legal, prescription only. Code Greg, 10% off. Remember, I didn't just want to be sponsored. I wanted to be an owner. I wanted to do so much more research. You need to do the research before you take the drugs. You're going to start taking the drug and then research about it. Before I started steroids, I knew more than 99% of bodybuilders who were already on them. I studied it for 2 years. I wanted to be an expert. If you don't feel that I'm an expert, go watch all of my old videos. Many of you are sad that I don't continue to make those videos. I don't continue to take steroids. I'm allowed to get older and change my mind on the way I saw. I was on abusive levels of steroids. I was taking SARMs, MK677. I was taking everything. And eventually I thought, you know what? I don't want to shorten my life. I don't want to end up like a Mike Israetel. Do you think Mike Israetel is even going to make it to 50? And so what did I do instead? I do cardio. I race bikes. I'm fit. My VO2 max is 56. Guys, I am healthy. In comparison, Mike Israetel, he can't even jump a nipper. Is he actually healthy? He ran a half a mile in 5 minutes and 27 seconds. Half a mile, not a full mile. Full mile, 5.5 minutes. Amazing. Great shape. Half a mile, 5+ minutes. Pathetic, horrible, awful. I taught grade primary kids, and that would be a slow time for them. Black belt in jiu-jitsu and can't run a half mile in under 5 minutes. This is embarrassing. I might make a video on it if you guys think it's a good idea, because some of you might even be considering it. But still, we don't want teenagers to consider it, LOL. So that's why I didn't make a video on it before. Before, we didn't want teenagers to do it, so we didn't make a video on it. But now, if people want to watch a video, we'll make a video now, but we still don't want teenagers to do it. And so if it's so good and there's no negative side effects, and you wish you had done it sooner, and you've been on it for ages, why don't teenagers do it too? What's bad about that? Should teenagers also meditate, or are they too young? Should teenagers get enough sleep, or are they too young? Should teenagers stop playing so many video games? Should teenagers avoid using recreational drugs? Should teenagers train in the gym? Should they eat healthy? And so why is it that all these things that you promote are good for teenagers to do, but suddenly the testosterone is not? And so does that make you want to think about, is testosterone for you actually good?
Yo. Okay, cool, man. I'm also gonna be leaving the office now. Sure. Yeah, that's it, man. I think I'm gonna be leaving the office now. That will be the day. It's almost 7:30. Like I said, I'll try at least to take 1 hour. It's actually 31 minutes past 7. This watch is yeah, there we go. This watch is 2 minutes in advance, I think. And let's call it a day. Just be here tomorrow again. All right.